Hi friends, it's Nirmal from Nandanam Exotics and I welcome you all to my channel. Today we'll be looking at some beautiful air plants that are in bloom. So I thought I will discuss about their culture and care as well. So stay tuned. So friends, today this is the subject of our video. Look at how pretty it is, how beautiful and vibrant that color is. So we'll take a look at how we can care for these beauties. So friends, as I repeat myself in every video, do consider subscribing to the channel and be a part of the journey, and also press the bell notification button so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. So friends, today the video is totally centered on air plants or Tillandsias. They are really closely related to pineapples, bromeliads, etc. So this is how I'm growing most of my Tillandsias. They are grown in my terrace garden under very bright light conditions, and I water them also pretty casually just when I water the rest of the plants in the terrace. But for today's video, the major subject will be how to water a Tillandsia or air plant properly depending upon your growing style, whether you're growing it indoors or outdoors. Also, just now you can see how different they look when they are not watered and watered. Even if the plant is not blooming and just growing, the overall green color is enhanced, and when they are in bloom, the bloom also, the red color that the leaves turn into also gets enhanced and the contrast increases. So stay tuned and try to watch the video till the end. I'll be showing you how to pollinate these beautiful blooms for seeds. We'll also take a look at the morphology or the structure of the flower, where the anthers and the stigma are. That means the male and female part of the flower. Also, we'll detailedly look at how to water air plants in different conditions of growth. That means if you are growing them outdoors or indoors, there are different ways that you can water your air plant. I'll show some of the methods that I am used to. So friends, without much delay, let's get into pollinating one of these flowers and hope for the best that they do set seeds. For this, first of all, we'll take a look at what all parts the flower have, and then only you'll get to know what to do. So I'm using my forceps for this. The yellow part that the forceps just touched is the male anther or the male part of the flower. The white brush-like structure on the tip of the flower is the female stigma. Tillandsias can be self-pollinated, and in this clip I am attempting the same. I have collected some male pollen from the anthers, and now I am trying to stick as much of it to the stigma of the same flower. You can also do cross-pollination, which means taking the male pollen from one flower and using that same pollen to pollinate another flower. This can also work in Tillandsias. So pollinating a Tillandsia is as simple as that. You just have to get the pollen and introduce it into the stigma. Fun fact, guys, see how red this guy is? And see how palely red this guy is. The difference between these two Ionantha or Tillandsia is that they are watered and not watered. So now let's take a look at how we can water different types of Tillandsias in different growing conditions. This particular way that I am showing you right now is for people who are growing their Tillandsias indoors, and also those people who are also living in a very hot climate. So take a bowl of water, clean water, preferably drinkable water, and it should not be cold also. Then if there is any trace of chlorine or other minerals in it, leave the water outside for a few minutes, preferably at least an hour, for the chlorine to dissipate, and then you can just dunk your Tillandsia in the bowl of water and leave it there for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Now friends, be aware that if you have a flowering Tillandsia and you want to water it, be always sure not to get the flowers wet. If you are watering such a Tillandsia, try the way that I am showing you right now, where you just dunk it till the flower but not allowing the flower to go underwater. This could totally ruin the blooms. Also, getting water inside those blooms can invite fungal attacks to the plant. So now guys, let's leave the plant in the water for at least 20 or 30 minutes and we'll come back and check on them. So now it's been more than 30 minutes and I think that's sufficient time for the plant to take in whatever amount of water they need. Now for those of whom are growing them in indoor conditions, keep the plant somewhere near a window or under a fan to dry them out before you display them back in their fancy pot or whatever corner you're displaying them at. So guys, now look at another way which you can use to water your air plant. Take a mister or a spraying can and you can use that as your watering system, where you can spray your plant really nicely and get it totally soaking wet. In this system, you might have to repeat the process twice a week because when you're soaking the plant, they really take up a lot of moisture, while when you're just misting them, there's a higher chance for air movement and the overall environment to take up most of that moisture and the plant won't be sufficiently hydrated. So in this system, I would recommend you to at least water your air plants twice a week. So the final method that I'm showing you is what I am using. I grow my plants outdoors and most of them have hardened to the growing conditions. I just take my garden hose and just water them down. This is the most easiest and most natural way to grow them. They love this method. You don't even have to worry about the flowers in this method because they are used to rain in the nature. So just sprinkling them with water using a garden hose is literally the same. So in this clip I am showing you guys a slow motion reverse video of how I water my plants with a hose. Isn't it cool to see the droplets of water coming up? So talking about light, my plants are grown under bright light, very bright light, and sometimes they even get direct sun on them. So due to this reason I water my plants every other day. I just leave one day in between for them to dry out and it works perfect for me. Depending upon your light conditions and the overall weather of your place, you should control your watering. Now about fertilizers, I don't fertilize my plants at all since they are exposed to nature and outdoors. They take up whatever requirements they need from the air around and also the water I provide. If you are growing them indoors, I suggest you to give a very light dose of orchid fertilizer or any other NPK liquid fertilizers that are available. It should always be very light and diluted. So friends, I hope you guys liked today's air plant video. I think it is informative for you. So do let me know about your suggestions and questions about this particular plant in the comment section below. Until next time, it's Nirmal signing off.